Hi ladies and any fabulous gentlemen who are watching my channel. So today's video is going to be my June favorites, and they're not really even June favorites. These are things that I've been loving for the past couple months. So I have a couple beauty products, a couple skincare products, and a couple non-beauty stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now try to start like what I actually apply to my face. But so the first thing is the NYX Cosmetics Feel the Moment Skin Rejuvenating Hydrating Primer Serum. This little guy, I think it's 48 bucks for this little thing. And it's something that I used about 2 years ago, and I really liked it. They call it a primer, but you can use it as a primer or as a moisturizer, and that's what I have done. I use it as a moisturizer in place of my other moisturizers, and it really has transformed my skin. It's one of those products 2 years ago, I remember using it and loving it, and then I ran out of it. And I was like, okay, well, I'll use something else. And I just rediscovered it, and it's one of those things I'm like, why did it even stop? So as a primer, what I like about it is you can actually use the pump and get literally just a small amount. Or if you use it like me, you can do a half pump or a regular pump for the moisturizer. Now I do a full pump. It does bring out a large amount of product, and I just put it all through my face. I bring it down to my neck and into my chest area. And it just feels so nice on the skin. It almost feels like it has a silicone-y feel, like that's super smooth. But I actually break out with silicone products. So, and I don't think it does have any silicone, but it just gives you that really soft, luxurious feel. And if you're somebody who has dry skin, I think this is a must-have product for you. If you have oily skin, I don't think that you'll like it because it does leave your skin feeling, I don't want to say greasy or oily, but it does, like the product is super thick, and it does take a little bit for it to go into the skin. But I will put this on in the morning. I do my hair first because the way that I do my hair, I flip it over, and if you put this on first, you will literally have your hair stuck to your face because it's really thick. So I'll do my hair, and then right before I do my makeup, I will put this on. I'll allow like maybe 5 minutes, I'll do other things or whatever, and then I'll go in right with my foundation. There are times where I've put this on and literally started putting my foundation over it, and it doesn't do it doesn't slide off or anything like that. It doesn't compete with my foundation at all. If anything, it makes my skin more hydrated, more plump, and the foundation goes on easier. I've tried it with a variety of different foundations. I've tried it with BB creams. I've tried it with the NYX Cosmetic CC cream or whatever, and it works beautifully with every single BB cream, CC cream, and foundation I've tried. So it's just a really good product. You can see I'm halfway through it. I will definitely be repurchasing it. So if you're somebody who has dry skin, I would definitely recommend that you check this out and use it in place of your moisturizer, and I think you're gonna really like the results. Next is, I don't know how to say it, Laneige. I'll put everything in the description down below, but this is the lip sleeping mask for all skin types. It comes in a cute little tub or whatever. It does have this little silicone itty bitty little tool that you can take, use it to take out the product. I don't use it. I just literally put my finger in. But I use this before I go to bed, and I use it right after I get out of the shower. But a little bit goes a long way. It's just perfect. It makes your lips super plump in the morning, and I have been liking that. Next, I guess it's not really going out of the skincare to, I don't know, more into a little bit makeup. This is the Beautyblender Cleanser Solid. So this is by Beautyblender, whatever the original one was or whatever, at Sephora. And it was one of those things, I used to always use baby shampoo to clean my brushes just because it was easy and it was cheap and it didn't irritate my eyes. It does have this little sponge thing with it. I use my own separate one that I purchased separately, but it's just like a bar of soap in there, and you just swig your makeup brushes in there. And it just does a fabulous job of cleaning your brushes. I feel like with the baby shampoo and the other products that I've used, like I've used other brush cleaners, it really doesn't get the gook out. Like I can still feel color there, or when I'm running it under the water, it's like I feel like I'm there forever. This makes it super quick. I feel like it does a really good job of deep cleaning the brushes, but it also doesn't irritate your eyes, because I've used products or soaps that like I would get styes in my eyes or whatever because it would irritate my eyes when I was using my eyeshadow brush. This does not do that, so it's super, super good. It's a little expensive, and I'll be honest with you, like when I saw the price, and I don't remember how much it is, I'll put it in the description below. But when I saw the price, that was the reason why I didn't purchase it, because I was like, it's just a bar soap for God's sakes. But after using it, it is worth the money, and it definitely cuts your brush cleaning time in half. So moving on, I guess before we'll get into makeup, I picked this Zoya 3-in-1 Formula Remover. It's a polish remover, nail cleaner, and nail prep. So I actually really like Zoya the brand just because of their non-toxic formulas, but they're not a brand that I really find anywhere. But I saw this and I needed to repurchase some nail polish remover. And one thing that I was looking for is I actually paint my nails every single week. So usually they start chipping by the 5th or 6th day. So every single week I'm taking off my nail polish and putting new nail polish on. And one thing that I found with the non-acetone nail polish is it takes literally forever. And I don't use like the gel stuff. Sometimes I use like the Essie Gel Couture or whatever it's called. I use the Vinyl Luxe. So I use more of the gel formulas, but it would just take forever. And I felt like my nails hurt afterwards, and I was really tearing up my cuticles just because I was trying to scrub it off of the non-acetone nail polish remover. So then I started purchasing the acetone, which obviously does a great job of taking off your nail polish, but my nails felt so dry afterwards. And when I'm taking off my nail polish every single week, I just felt like it was really stripping out the oils and my nails were becoming brittle. So I actually, you can see here, I have used it for several weeks now. And what I like about it is kind of that in between. It takes the nail polish off better than the non-acetone. Not as good as the acetone, but just kind of in that in between. I don't feel like I'm scrubbing my nails, but also it doesn't like strip your nails. My nails don't feel drying. It doesn't have that like white acetone mark afterwards. And I think it really does a really good job. And it says a nail cleaner, nail prep. I've noticed that my nail polish, even with my cheap, like regular non-gel-ish nail polish, it has extended the longevity of the wear of the other nail polish. So I really like it. But it also has this pumping mechanism. So you just push the cotton ball down here and it just works great. I don't worry about spilling it over or getting too much or anything like that. It just really, really is a great little system here. It's definitely more expensive than your normal non-acetone or acetone nail polish, but because of the way that it makes my nails feel, because of you know, just because I like it and because of the pumping mechanism, I think it's worth the money. Okay, so let's get into makeup. This is the Revlon ColorStay Normal Dry Makeup. It does have SPF 20 in it. I am in the color Buff, and it says that it lasts for 24 hours. So I found this, it's a little bit lighter than what I like, but what I like about it is because I use a lot of bronzer and stuff like that, I'm able to warm my face up to get it to where the coverage that or the color that I want it to be, and be light in the places that I want it to be and darker in the places that it needs to be. So I actually like this color, but what I like most about it is very long wearing. So I feel like at the end of the day, my foundation still looks really, really nice. I feel like I could easily go from day to night and not have to touch up anything. But also, if you have dry skin, I think this foundation really, really works, because to me, even though I have dry skin, I don't want to look like I have greasy skin. I don't want to be so dewy that I look like I've been sweating. So I like that more natural finish, that more satin finish. And it's kind of hard sometimes when you're finding a foundation. It's a lot of that dewy finish. It's like, okay, well, you have dry skin. Let's give you the dewy because you need to look like you've sweated a lot or something. I feel like this one just has a really natural finish, but it feels really good on my dry skin. So again, it's for normal to dry. So if you are somebody who's more normal or whatever, this will work for you. But I just think it's really, really nice, and it's a great price point. I think it's like $9.99. Can't beat that for a foundation. Next, I have been loving this blush. So I had seen it, and I feel like my Ulta, like Milani, I feel like Milani just got into Ulta or something. They finally got Milani in, so I was able to look at the different selections, and I've been seeing this Baked Blush. This is in the Luminoso, so it's supposed to be a dupe for the NARS Orgasm Blush, but I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but it just has this like really pinky corally kind of color. It's just a nice flushed look. A little bit does go a long way. I feel like it's not super easy to build up. I have to like tap my brush 1,000 times because it's so pigmented, which I don't particularly like in a blush, but this one's really pretty. It just gives you that flush look or whatever. So just go in very easily with it, but it blends out beautifully. It does feel when you swatch it, when I swatched it for the first time, I was like, oh, it's super, super chalky. But once you blend it out, it really does blend out really nice, and it sits nice on the skin. Next, I've been loving this eyeshadow palette. So this is what I've been wearing for a while. So this is the NYX Cosmic Medals, and I know that they still have it at Ulta because I was looking at other products. But these are just super creamy, super buttery. They blend beautifully. They swatch absolutely gorgeous. Maybe not that one so much. That's more of the purpley color, but they have like a pink color, and you're probably not gonna be able to see it because my skin tone is so, I'm trying not to put it over the blush, but like that one, yeah, so you can't see it, but it gives a really pretty sheen. It has like more of a cool tone purple here, more of a little bit of taupe purple. It has a little bit more of this brighter purple, but they just blend so pretty on the eyes. It's definitely, obviously none of them are matte in here, so they're going to be a little bit more shimmery and stuff like that, but perfect price point, really pretty colors, and they just blend really, really pretty. I feel like I can get a lot of different eye looks for it. Obviously, there's no browns in here. I usually gravitate towards browns, but I've been liking using different colors and like having that shimmer effect. So I've been liking that a lot. Next is, I guess, sticking with the eyes, is the L'Oreal Lash Voluminous Lash Paradise. And please excuse the messiness here because it got all over me. But this is supposed to be the dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. But what I like about it is it gives you those va-va-voom lashes. It's very big, thick, their lashes or whatever, which that I actually like it. But one thing that I didn't like about the Too Faced mascara was it seemed to clump up a lot, and especially the wand seemed to get super, super clumpy. With this one, there's no clumps whatsoever. It does a really good job. That little mechanism in there gets a good job of stripping off the excess mascara. The wand is perfect. You can put layers on it. So I usually go in and I go through mascara like crazy. I never get the longevity out of it. I want to say once a month I'm replacing my mascara just because I put so many coats on it. So I do have a lot of lashes. They're just super, super like tiny and thin, and they're also very blonde. So I have to put a lot on. So I'm putting like 3 to 4 layers on at a time. So I obviously can't have a mascara that doesn't sit well on the different layers and clumps up and stuff, which I thought this was going to clump up. It doesn't. I literally have 4, I would say about 4, at around 4 layers. It does get a little bit of clumpy, and then I was like, okay, whatever, let me back off, and that's enough. But really, really good. It's a great price point. But to me, I'm like, I finally found a mascara, because the Tarte Lights Camera Lash is like 21 bucks or something like that, which isn't crazy, but it is kind of for mascara. And especially if I'm going it through one every 1 to 2 months, that's a lot. So I cut my costs in half, and I can spend on other makeup. So I'm super happy. Next is, so my skin has been changing a little bit, and I'm becoming a little bit more normal and less dry. I'm still, I would say, more on the dry side. I haven't been able to wear lipstick, liquid lipsticks and stuff like that for a long time because my lips have been peeling and crepey and just nasty, nasty, nasty. So recently I realized that I can actually start wearing liquid lipsticks because they're not as yucky. So I went out and purchased these NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams. So what I've been loving about these is they go on very creamy, and it does take a little bit for them to dry down, but it's not like I don't feel like they like slide off or they get on my lips or anything like that. It's a cream, but they stay on your lips. But then it does eventually dry down and you get the matte lip, which obviously is super long wearing, and they have like a gazillion colors. They have nudes, they have darks, they have reds. So I went ahead and picked up a couple different colors or whatever, just to kind of give me a range. But what I also like about it is once it does dry down, I don't want to say I don't feel anything at all on my lips, but it is very, very comfortable on my lips. I don't feel like I have, like, I can go like this and it doesn't, I don't feel like that, you know, like that separation or that they're like breaking apart or whatever. It feels very, very soft on the lips, and I just feel like it's just very, very comfortable. So I like that. Another thing that I've noticed is even with the darker shades, like even with this one, it does fade very well. So I don't get that, like, you know, that butthole lip or whatever. I know that, like, I wish we would come up with something better than that description because it just sounds so disgusting. But you know, where it starts breaking apart in the middle, and then you just see your lips coming through, and then it's like, or like the the lip liner look where it just looks like you're wearing lip liner. So far, since I've been wearing it, each color that I've tried has faded very, very nicely, and I don't have that look. So I really like it. Plus, even when it does start to break up, I'm able to put a second layer on, obviously hours and hours, and it doesn't like start breaking up. A lot of the liquid lipsticks, when I used to wear them, and I'm sure the formulas have gotten better, but when I used to wear them, I would put, you know, they would start to fade, and I would put another layer on, and it would just like, the bottom layer would start breaking up and crackling, and then I'd have to go in and scrub my lips. This does not do that. It's really, really nice. So I actually have this color right here, Paulo. Yeah, I'm not even, I'll put the description down below. But it's, no, yeah, this is what, yeah, I'm wearing this one. So that is what it looks like. Obviously the tube looks a little bit different. It does dry a little bit darker, but I really, really like this one. The other one that I have gotten is Rome, and I will swatch it. I'm gonna swatch it right here. So this one is a little bit darker. I would say it's kind of like a terracotta brownish color. It does have a little bit more of that pinky mauve kind of color to it. I wouldn't say it's mauve like purple, so that's probably not the best description, but it does have kind of like a burnt brick color, if that makes any sense. Very, very pretty. And then the other one that I got is Stockholm. And so this one is a little bit more peachy. My swatches, holy crap, that's an awesome swatch. So a lot more peachy, a little bit more peachy nude kind of thing or whatever, but just really, really pretty colors. I have another one, I can't remember, I think it's Madrid is what I have. They kind of, I like the names or whatever because I'm not gonna remember like sparkles or whatever, but like different places, I'm like, oh, it's pretty cool. So I want to add more to my collection because I just absolutely love the formula, and each one that I have, I do have 4, I don't know where the other one is, but each one that I've tried, I'll have very similar stay power and formula or whatever, so I feel like any color is going to give you that nice wear kind of look. Next is, so I went ahead and jumped on the bandwagon and got the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, but I did see a lot of YouTubers talk about this, so I went ahead and purchased it because I was in the market to get another setting spray. And what I do have to say is I don't see any difference in my foundation when I spray it. I don't feel like it makes me dewy. I don't feel like it makes me matte. It's just there. I don't feel like I have any longevity in my makeup, which it is what it is. Like but I feel like it adds that finishing touch. Like it, for lack of a better word, kind of like seals my makeup so that everything just looks put together. Like it's just that last finishing touch that just helps mold everything together, mesh and blend everything together, if that makes any sense. But what I absolutely love about it is the spray nozzle is fabulous. Fabulous. It gives you such a big continuous spray. You spray it on, I mean, it's just so fine, and I'm just like, shh, and it's a magical spray. Absolutely magical. So I actually really, really like it. It is super, super cheap. I mean, obviously Morphe is super affordable. So if you are looking at getting a new setting spray, I think you're gonna like this because of the spray nozzle, and I think it will just take your makeup to that next level. Okay, next are, or last but not least, as far as beauty and stuff like that, is a hair product. This is a Living Proof Perfect Day Hair. So I've seen this everywhere. Obviously, this is Jennifer Aniston's brand. I have tried a couple products from this line and I wasn't particularly in love with it, but I saw somebody mention this dry shampoo, and I am a dry shampoo fanatic. I use dry shampoo all the time. My hair gets super oily. I have a super dry face and oily scalp. How that is possible, I have no idea. But I also have very, very fine hair. So what I like about dry shampoo is it does give me that volumizing look without weighing my hair down. So, but one thing that I don't like about the dry shampoo is it does leave that weird, like, powdery feeling in your hair. And I like to touch my hair, which obviously is definitely not good when I have oily hair. But I'm constantly messing with it and stuff like that. And then when I stop messing with it, I'm like, oh, it's got that like powdery, finish or whatever. What I like about this is it definitely does not have that powdery finish. I feel like it does really a good job of cleaning my hair, and I'm not oily throughout the day. Even with a regular dry shampoo, I feel like it sucked up my hair, but it just made like patches of like oil, if that makes any sense. Like it didn't get all oily, but there was just like where all of a sudden like the oil would just gravitate towards one area. Very weird, I know, but I really, really like it. It doesn't leave that powdery residue in your hair. It doesn't do as good of a volumizing as regular dry shampoo, but it does volumize. So I feel like it's not as good, but the way that it makes my hair feel and the way that it does make me less oily throughout the day is worth having that little less volumizing. So I've been really liking that. So non-beauty, two things that I have been loving is this book right here, You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. So I bought this book. I thought it was going to be a joke. I was like, okay, whatever, it's going to be, just a joke. But I actually fell in love with it. I'm not a big self-help book fan. I'm not a big person, I don't listen to motivational stuff. I listen to podcasts and stuff like that for work-related purposes, but I'm not big on oh, you can do it and live your dreams and stuff like that. And I'm trying to be, because I think that, and one thing that this book talks about is just changing your mindset and being more positive. And so on my Instagram feed, I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick out a quote every single day because I do this normally for myself and post it. So just kind of having a quote every day to just kind of put in my head of you can do this and you've got this and self-confidence and all that stuff. But really, really like it. It does talk about changing your mindset. It talks about changing your mindset to allow positive things to come in your life. Because if you're negative, then obviously everything, negativity does not attract positivity. Positivity usually attracts positivity, and when you're positive, you usually attract other people who are positive and stuff like that. So one thing that I wanted to read was, and I went through and I highlighted portions throughout the book just to come through and think about, when I'm having a bad day or if I need a quote or whatever, I highlighted certain things that, touched me or whatever. But one thing was, what you tell yourself on a daily basis is more powerful than you know. Our thoughts become our words become our beliefs become our actions become our habits, and our habits become our realities. So I definitely, like I said, have been living this book, have really, really been going back to it, and what I thought was just a joke ended up being kind of a life-changing book for me. So I definitely have been loving this. Last but not least is this book right here, Simply Keto by Suzanne Ryan. So I follow Suzanne on Instagram, and she has a great story to tell. She did lose a lot of weight on keto, and what's even better is she's been able to maintain that weight loss. But I've been doing keto for, I'd say, about a year and a half, and I have personally lost 30 pounds or about 33 pounds or whatever. And I fluctuate, but on average, I would say that I've lost 30 pounds. And I've been able to maintain that through doing keto. But there's certain times where I cheat. And I don't necessarily like to call it cheating, but there's certain times where I eat non-keto. And I just felt like I was getting in a rut, and to a point where food just wasn't fun to me. And I normally get through this anyway, get like this anyways, where I just don't care what to eat and I don't have motivation to figure out recipes and plan and all that stuff. Even though I do plan out my dinners, I just didn't really enjoy it. So I went and picked this book up, and it's not something that I normally would pick up because there's so many recipes on Pinterest. But what I liked about it was she actually will, at the end of the book, she has this kind of menu, and she tells you, okay, eat this, and eat this. And what I liked about it was it was kind of like brainless. Like, I know these are all keto recipes, somebody else is planning my meals. All I have to do is buy the groceries for that week, for that stuff, and then she has the different recipes. And her pictures are just super clean. They're not foo-foo. And what's even the best thing about it is her recipes are simple. I don't have time to spend forever. I don't care that there's garnishes on top of it or whatever. I want something simple, I want something quick, and I just feel like this really, really fits into my lifestyle, and the recipes are easy, quick, and simple. They don't have a ton of ingredients, and so far, everything that I have tried has been awesome. My kids have liked it, my husband has liked it, I have been loving it, and it just has kind of re-given my spark, like brought back my motivation to do keto and continue keto and stuff like that. So it's really a great book. I highly recommend it. So those are my favorites that I've been loving this month. Obviously it's a lot because I haven't done a favorites video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you do have any recommendations of things to try, or if there's any products that you have tried that I have been loving and you've been loving as well, please put your comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, bye.